Kurama is, without a doubt, the strongest Biju in Naruto. We saw her facing all the others with superiority in the ninja conflict. The thing is, such power cannot be controlled by just anyone or any clan. Throughout history, Kurama had 7 official Jinchuurikis, and soon she may have 2 or 3 more. With that in mind, I brought you today's video, where you'll find out who the Jinchuurikis of the Nine-Tails Fox were. So, do you know them all? I doubt you know who the next Jinchuurikis of Kyuubi will be, but luckily we'll tell you. Mito Uzumaki. Years ago, back in the era of the first Hokage, all the tailed beasts were captured by the god of shinobi, the Shodai Hokage, Hashirama Senju. He distributed all the Biju equally among the ninja villages with the intention of balancing the powers and avoiding unnecessary wars. He divided all the Biju except for Kurama, the Nine-Tails Fox, which remained in the possession of Konoha. Hashirama then used the sealing jutsus of the Uzumaki clan to seal the fox inside his wife, Mito Uzumaki. She was the first Jinchuuriki of Kurama in over 1,000 years, when Kurama became free inside Hagoromo. Mito lived to a considerable age, as by the time she died, Hiruzen Sarutobi was already considered the Hokage. Mito lived her entire life isolated, inside a certain Uzumaki clan whirlpool symbol that surrounded the village. She could never leave the seal, because if she did, her seal would weaken, and Kurama would have the chance to break free. She died when Kushina Uzumaki was a child, although the two met shortly before Mito's death. It was during this time that the First Lady spoke with the girl about love and the Uzumaki clan whirlpool. And so we move on to the next Jinchuuriki, Kushina Uzumaki. She was the second Jinchuuriki after Mito and took on the burden of being a Jinchuuriki from a very young age. Although she was the host of the Fox, Kushina suffered much less hatred than her son Naruto. Even though people mocked her for her red hair, it was something much lighter. Well, after Mito's death, Kushina took on Kurama, who was sealed inside her with the same sealing technique. Thus, Kushina grew up bound to the seal, unable to distance herself from it for even a second. To ensure the girl followed this rule, 2 guards watched over her day and night. On the day Kushina decided to leave the seal to meet Minato, Kurama really came close to breaking free. If it hadn't been for Minato himself redoing the seal, Kushina would have completely lost control, especially because we see her take the form of a 4 or 6-tailed Biju, but without the skeletal part. That day, Minato nearly died, but was saved by Jiraiya and Tsunade. Kushina carried the fox inside her for practically her whole life, until everything changed with the birth of her son. Due to Naruto's birth, the seal weakened, and although Minato was there to contain the fox, they didn't expect an enemy invasion. Kushina was then captured by Obito, who extracted the Biju from her body, leaving her on the brink of death. Although she went through this, Kushina didn't die immediately and passed away only while protecting her son from the fox's attack. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto was a child who grew up hated for having this power, for having the fox sealed inside him. Even though he didn't ask for this, his father entrusted him with the duty of keeping Kurama under control and mastering its power. Although hated, Naruto transformed all his traumatic experiences into something that gave him strength to keep going. And without realizing it, over the course of his life, he ended up transforming the immense ball of hatred that was Kurama into love. Well, Naruto obtained Kurama shortly after his birth, when the 8 trigram seal was used. Later, Naruto managed to get Kurama to collaborate with him as an ally, along with the other Bijus. That was enough for Naruto to gain the respect of all of them. He spent his whole life with her, until Kurama used a power called Baryon Mode, which drained his chakra and in the end killed her. This left a huge pain and emptiness in Naruto's chest, as the fox was undoubtedly one of his greatest companions, Minato Namikaze. The 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village had no choice. On a tragic night, when a devastating attack was about to happen, he had a job to do: save Konoha. At the birth of his son, Obito Uchiha attacked, stole Kurama from Kushina, and used her to attack the village. Using the Reaper Death Seal technique, Minato sealed half of Kurama's chakra, the yin half, inside himself, sacrificing his own life in the process. The other half of the chakra, the yang half, was sealed inside Naruto, making him a Jinchuuriki from birth. Minato's Jinchuuriki power was only seen during the 4th Great Ninja War, when he showed that he had mastered this ability as well. But when his son had his half of Kurama sealed by Madara, Minato had to transfer his own half to him. This event leads us to the next topic, Black Zetsu. I know there are many contradictions and this and that, but I brought up this guy because he appears in Kurama's fandom as her Jinchuuriki. Maybe not being a skilled Jinchuuriki or someone who used this power for something, but he did steal Kurama from Minato. During Naruto's near-death experience, Minato had to transfer his half of Kurama to his son. However, Black Zetsu intervened and ended up stealing the yin half of Kurama, sealing it inside himself. He did this to deliver Kurama to Madara. And well, this is the only moment when Zetsu seems to become Kurama's Jinchuuriki. Or maybe he just kept Kurama without needing to seal her, but that would be strange. Comment below what you think. Himawari Uzumaki. After using Baryon mode, Kurama ended up draining all her chakra, which consequently led to her death. However, as we know, tailed beasts cannot die, and contrary to expectations, she came back. Kurama returned during the 2 Blue Vortex phase of Boruto, where she was reborn in Little Himawari. To this day, we don't know why, since it was speculated early on that Boruto, her brother, would be the one to have Kurama. But it has been said by the fox herself that her compatibility with Himawari is even greater than with Naruto. And we also saw a small glimpse of what's to come, as we saw Himawari transformed. This is undoubtedly something absolute cinema, and we hope she has even cooler and more impactful transformations in the story. Now we have some theories and a few characters that were also in the fandom, just like Black Zetsu. Let's give them an honorable mention. Obito was one of the Jinchuurikis of the 10 Tails, alongside Hagoromo and Madara Uchiha. Although he is marked in the fandom as Kurama's Jinchuuriki, he never had only her sealed inside him. On the contrary, he had all 8-tailed beasts sealed within him, which were later saved after Naruto convinced Obito of his true nature. So, we can consider him a Jinchuuriki of all the Biju, not just Kurama. Boruto Uzumaki. Boruto Uzumaki has great potential in the story and was already considered a prodigy even when he was young. He is also Naruto's son, so it's possible that Kurama may appear to him in the future. We could finally see another case of separation, like what happened with Naruto and Minato, with Himawari holding the yin half of Kurama and Boruto holding the yang half. Or it could just be that Boruto will also receive some of the fox's chakra, just like Naruto received from all the Biju. Let's wait and see what comes of this, but I confess I'm very curious to find out if he will get that power boost. Currently, Boruto is one of the most powerful ninjas in the world due to his abilities and knowledge. Additionally, there is a promotional artwork from Volume 1 of the Boruto manga, where Boruto is shown wearing Kurama's cloak. This shows the Boruto staff's desire to feature Boruto with Kurama. These were all the official Jinchuurikis of Kurama, just to remind you. Some don't count, like the Silver and Gold brothers, who only had the fox's chakra after consuming it from within. Comment below what you think and if there was any other original and official Jinchuuriki of Kurama missing. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive new videos. On the screen, there are 2 more videos. If you like this one, click and watch.